original circuit from GT Sport. And yeah, not a track I'm too bad at. Not my strongest track, but a track I'm pretty comfortable with. So we're going to give it a go. Again, no big practice tonight, and we'll see how we go in this first race. Alrighty, so we're just getting there. We're just loading things in. Hey Dragon, thank you. It's good to have you along, bro. Alrighty, let's put this in big screen mode on my screen. This should work. Yep, works. Alrighty. Yeah, last week we had the issue where my pedals kept sliding forward, and it really wrecked my chances. Let's get a few practice laps in here and see what we can and can't do. But welcome along, Dragon. Sitting here on the medium tire at the moment. I've got to check the event settings, because I remember last week we had to use all of the tire compounds, and some people did get caught out, surprisingly. I think this is the Group 4 Ferrari. It feels like the Group 4 Ferrari. I didn't even check. It's gonna be... Oh, it's not the full track either. I just realised it's that shorter version. This is gonna be a fairly long race. We need to get that corner nailed in though in the next 8 minutes, because that is where a lot of time can be lost or made. 49 seconds isn't the quickest lap around here. Being the Group 4, we should be able to pretty much stomp on the power pretty soon without fearing of this thing going slidey, because the Group 3 Ferrari is notorious for that. Probably want to open up that corner a little bit more. But yeah, there's been lots of talk this week still really about the upcoming World Tour events and how you qualify, especially for the manufacturers. People still going on about the groups, the regions, especially the European, Middle East, Asia, Africa rather, and the EMEA group, Europe, basically, that group. They're a little bit concerned that it's too big, and at the same time that the faster guys aren't going to qualify, but anyway. For me, yeah, I get the concerns, I really do. But I don't know. I'm a little bit on the edge here. I'm sort of just like, that's just how it is. And I have a feeling too that the FIA could be having a hand in this new region. Grouping. Because I don't know if they're testing things for the real world applications. They're testing a point system, and with the FIA being so heavily involved with the GT Sport World Tours, drivers now actually being awarded at the end of the year with the FIA Gala Awards. I wouldn't be surprised if the FIA has a lot of say into how the qualifying events actually are run, how they're scored, and if I know the FIA have said in the past that GT Sport it'll be a great little partnership because they can test things and not affect a real world category, because online we can change things in the last minute, and I originally thought that was to do with race formats, reverse grids, different rules, but that could also mean how people qualify and the point system used worldwide being tested on GT Sport. So anyway, that is my guess at the moment. I will elaborate on that a little bit further later on, because I do want to properly organise my Talking eSports show and have like a little bit better organised. But yeah, they're sort of the main talking points at the moment, and sort of where I'm thinking. But there's a lot going on. I've done a lot of research into Japan as well, and esports in Japan is completely different ball game. I've looked into how other esports have like their business models, things like that. All very interesting things. I don't think a lot of people even think about, even if you are highly interested in sim racing. Plus, there's been lots of action in the sim racing world. I don't want to be doing that in the race. Alrighty. Now, I need to check the event settings. Need to know if we've got to do something. I'll be able to check it in the next one. Soft. So welcome along everyone if you're just joining us. First up is this race, and then we'll do whatever from there. But being in the cockpit, I find it a little bit easier to drive. Actually, I used to think driving that bonnet cam was the best way, but I kind of sort of adapted to this a little bit better. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the cockpit view again. That seemed pretty I seemed pretty good through there. I mean, the lap on the medium's still quicker though, so I don't think there's going to be much of a difference between the mediums and softs this race. Not over one lap anyway. Michael Stankowski, welcome along, bro. Thank you for the like. We're about to get this race started. Just doing a bit of last minute practicing, a bit of warm up. I've seen people get taken out by that wall on the left hand side. It's quite dramatic too when it happens. I don't know if I can get on the power a little bit quicker. That wasn't too bad. I kept my speed sort of pretty high through there. that was close to perfect. But it wasn't, because I went wide and you saw how I had to back off. So how much time did we lose doing that? About 4/10. So that's a mistake we're going to want to avoid tonight. I mean, not the most exciting track to be racing on. I think this is going to be pretty argy-bargy, unfortunately. It's just that sort of track. Holy hell, look at all the AMGs. Oh, it's going to be Mayhem Dragon. I think that's an understatement. I'll be unsafe. I'll be the safest I possibly can be, whatever that means. Don't know how safe I'm going to be, actually. I mean, I hurt myself last week because I would have at least 21 points, which would have put me, I think, third for the manufacturer in the region. So yeah, a little frustrated that I did that to myself last week when we went off the track and did what we did. Now let's have a look. Race details. Tyre requirement, only the soft. Okay, interesting. Shortcut penalty weak. Boosting is off. 28 laps. Tyre wear 11. Soft. I don't know how long the soft tyre is going to actually last. Yeah, that's true. If I let them, if I can avoid being hit, I mean, that's a hard thing to avoid, especially when people are coming in at a rate of knots too fast. I'm really hoping it's clean because my DRSR last race took a massive jump, or drop, I should say, but a massive jump from almost at the top to almost at the bottom of where I'm at. Partly because I just tanked that race. Only because I had the pedals. I just couldn't race with the way they were doing. They were pushing forward every time I hit the brake, so I had no confidence under braking. Now they're bloody stuck in place. So hopefully they don't move tonight. First GT Sport I've done all week since last week. So 11 times. Yeah, the softs are going to go pretty quick. And this is going to be really hard to get track space, actually. Because this track is tiny. But we'll get out there as soon as we can. I don't know how they work this bit out. Like obviously I'm putting my foot down on the accelerator. Is it just the order? Is it the order you're put in that other screen? You know how I think I was 5th? I don't know why you're slowing down, buddy. I'd rather just get a lap in, and then, you know, if your first or second lap doesn't work, there's actually enough time to get around and do another one. Should be able to get 3 4-time laps if we're lucky. What you're wondering there, Dragon? Oh, about the pit order. I think it must be the order they've entered you into the race, because I just noticed I came out as the 5th car and I was the 5th in the order as I was entered, so I'm thinking that might be it. Unless I got a number 5 on the side of the car. Nope, got a number 11. So it could be, yeah, it could be the order you just entered on that other screen where it has all the names. I'm thinking that might be it. This won't be the lap that counts. I need to put my radar on too. Oh, Mick is so close because of the crappy lap I had. And I say this every time. I'm just gonna let Mick go. Come on, Mick, go. The car is a lot slidier than it was in practice. I swear the physics change. I honestly could bet my left testicle that the bloody car is not handling the same it did in practice. Come on, Doolan, I need a little bit of space between you and me. Oh god, it's getting... This is what I was afraid of. Getting caught up in traffic. Jesus, you've got a penalty. Just... Oh, just don't let it get to you right now. You had a penalty, you should have just backed out of that. Calm, keep calm. Alright. Make this count. See, he's hit the wall there. You get a little bit too close and you can completely wreck your lap. They do change. Yeah. I thought it wasn't me. I don't know why it's changing. Is it track temp or tyre temp or... Because like, they don't give you that information. And I don't know how realistic and simulated that stuff is in this game. I did it again. Oh, the car's really understeery there. Right, we need to make this count. I mean, 6 is alright, but I think I can do better than that. Come on. Ooh, the 5th. Yeah, it's so annoying that it does change though, Dragon, because the practice lobby should be race conditions, you'd think. I don't understand why, because that took me all that time then to sort of adjust. That very last lap was me adjusting to the new track conditions. And you just wonder why they... I just don't get the reasoning for making it change so drastically. I understand in real life you can be practicing on a Friday and it's not the race day, but yeah, I don't know, because the practice is at the same time same tyres. And the car is a completely different beast come qualifying. Anyway. We got 5th place, so I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think anyone's going to beat me there. There's one guy still running in the AMG. Yep, 5th place. All right. Just need to hold down the fort. Now the question is, do I go mediums or do I go softs? I'm thinking because I'm so far up the front, I'm going to stay softs. Because I want to... there's no real slipstreaming, and I want to stay with those front guys. So, because if I get mediums on, I'll fall back behind everybody else, and I'll just get slowed down. I'll try not to do... Thank you, Vasil. Oh, that's you, isn't it? 305 Dragon. Yeah, that wasn't really your fault what happened. It was just sort of an unlucky event. Just unlucky that happened to you. It sucked. It's just... Yeah, I get the feeling it's got something to do with the fuels and tyres being optimal. But then I wonder why. Like, the thing that annoys me about that is the game doesn't advertise that it's got like that mechanic with the with the tyres. Like, you know, if you go offline, you're on the dirty line, there's less grip. Tyres are cold, so there's less grip. Like, it doesn't seem... It doesn't advertise it if it has those things, you know? But you're right, everything else would point to the fact that those mechanics are in the game. I just don't understand it. Because there's nothing I can bring up and go, oh, my tyres were cold, or the track temp was too cold, or I had more fuel in. Well, fuel's probably the only thing you can sort of compare, but when it comes to the tyres, nothing. Yeah, I don't need that, you're right. Let's see if I can avoid the unluckiness that has plagued your season 2. I've been up and down this season in this FIA. I've had good ones, I've had bad ones, but I think that's pretty normal. So Freakster followed me and he got 6th place. Aussie Hypnotic 7th. Lots of Jaguars make... I never used to see the Jag used in the FIA. Now I'm seeing it a lot more. AMG Mercedes as well. Lots of these getting around. Captain Rob. Gaby, 077. Trash Mate. He's got the Lamborghini. Another 86 for Peter Eder. Model Man. Use the Jag. I mean, you've been using the Jag forever, but has it sort of jumped up in popularity this season? Is it got a better BOP? It seems to be a pretty quick car down the straights. That's by all reports anyway. Oh, that's annoying. It's not a full lobby. Only 17. Alrighty. Here we go, 28 laps around this little track. This is going to be a little bit scary. I really hope I don't get punted. Caught it. Alright, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna see if See, I knew I had to be on softs. Car's a little slidey early on. Ground goes a Mustang. Oh, he's just popped back in. That was a little bit jarring. I don't think it should have popped him back in at that situation, but anyway, we'll move on. Now the car wants to slide. It wasn't doing that. Oh, so frustrating. Anyway. Oh, that was close to the edge. These guys seem to be pretty consistent up front. So I just did a 48.7. I couldn't even get a 48 in the bloody qualifying. Looks like Freakster's dropping off a little bit. But the AMG at the front, total commitment, total domination right now. Just hope he makes a few mistakes. Oh, round goes that AMG. Oh, he's going to lose a bit of time. And he's been punted off. I don't know if he got touched. Yes, he did. So the Mustang only got a second for that, but that's going to ruin that AMG's race. So now we're fourth place. I have absolutely no idea what my strategy is for this race. I don't know when I'm pitting. I don't know if I need to take fuel. I don't know any of those details just yet. Alright, we're in the podium position. Just need to be a little bit careful of Mr. Mustang because he has made a little error and caused strife for the guy that was ahead of him a few laps ago. Concentrate on not getting caught out too much. 4.8, so time's getting quicker now, which is nice. It's not a perfect line through there. I haven't quite figured out that corner. The car just understeers a little bit too much, so I just ride it through. There he goes. Just got to stay clean, I think. Don't do anything stupid. This is quite a long race. Alright, we're up in the second. I don't know if first gear or second gear through there. I still think first at the moment, unless I can carry a little bit more speed. And there's no need for me to push too hard on the limit at the moment. Just because we're in a good position, all I can do from here really is lose all the work I've done. Also, I don't need to do any fuel saving. Just tyres. That's Tyres look pretty worn out on the right hand side. There's a lot of left hand turns, so that makes sense. Oh, okay, so I need to fuel 8 laps. Rightio. Getting a bit dodgy. About to lap some people here. Thank you, Pedro, and welcome along to the crew as you followed on Twitch. Some of the soft tyre runners are already in. So we got the decision to make. Do we go mediums or do we just stick to softs? Laps of fuel remaining. Just a little bit scared how long I push these tyres for here. Another lap. Let's push this lap. Alright, 4 more laps, you reckon? Alright, let's try it. Hopefully I'm not losing too much time. Have to go in, I think. They stayed on softs, did they? Oh, okay. Let's keep going then. Fuck, lost a second that lap. That was a lot of time. I'm just going to keep going. If they're on softs. So what lap am I meant to come in then if I'm pushing 4 laps? Do I come in at the end of lap 15 or do I come in at lap 16? I think 15 should be alright. Tell you what, having a bloody race engineer next to you is a nice change. Instead of all this guessing that you have to do sometimes. Yeah, I'm losing a lot of time, but they're going to be losing a lot of time on those softs. I'm coming in at the end of this lap. Because they're not going to get softs to last to the end the way I can push my softs to the end now. This should be good, I think. This should be a decent strategy. If I win this, I haven't won a bloody FIA event in like a year. Let's go. Let's get out there. Let's get back in this race. I know we lost a lot of time, but I'm expecting to get that time back. In that time that they've got to pit. And if I can see first place, I'm 4 seconds away from first place. I'm pretty happy with the way that's worked out. Oh, having grip again is wonderful. Lots of penalties. Lots and lots of penalties being thrown up around me. This is insane. Oh, the car is so much more responsive at the moment. Mustang looks like he's struggling. I've caught the front runner too, because that interval has dropped. So we're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it smooth, keep it clean. See if we can't pull this off. Here we go. I think we're going to have time. We're at least going to get Troy. There we go, fastest lap of the race. Oh no, I was pulling up as well. So I had to give him that spot back. It was only fair. He just seemed to stop on a dime then. Anyway, I think we've avoided penalties. Tried to avoid him the best I could. Oh, how did he get did he get a penalty for that? Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry, man. It was just weird how the car was. I was braking earlier, but I would still slide into him. I was trying my best to avoid him. Anyway, they're in the pits now. Oh, God, I hope I didn't give him that penalty, because I feel like it did give him that. Yeah, I think his tyres were absolutely wrecked. Alright, we can do this. 8 more laps. I lost a lot of time that lap, but it's like the tyres there just all of a sudden they're going, oh, I'm just going to slide everywhere. They're second place. Whether or not second place needs to pit again, I don't know. We lost a shite load of time that lap though. Track position's always key. Gained time that lap on him too, so that's even better news. Holding in there. God, no wonder he's getting lapped if he's braking on that corner. Now, I'm not on the best tyres to the end. The guys behind me will have better tyres, but feel like we've done all that we can here. We just got to drive clean, drive smooth. We should be able to get this. Losing a lot of time again. Just put in a good lap here. I need to put in a good lap. That was close. Alright, I might go a little bit quiet now. God, this is awesome. Please have enough fuel to the end. Oh God, that caught the wheel there. Have I got that little fuel remaining? sure I'm good? It says I got 0.6. How are we short one lap? I went to the bloody diamond and everything. Damn it. Ah, that sucks. That really hurts. Looks like Captain Rob used mediums and didn't put on softs at all. Bing Bong did the same thing. Damn it. Yeah. It never like every time you used to do this, you'd used to go to the diamond and you were good. So that's a little bit frustrating. Anyway, still second. That's still pretty good. But it's I had the win, you know. Oh, it's so annoying. Thanks, man. Yeah, too bad about the fuel. I mean, in the end of the day, not much I can do now to change it. It is what it is. But I tell you what, it does suck. It does suck to know you had the win and I had the pit. Only 37 points. That is not a lot of points for that race. I feel like the earlier races get you more points. So, anyway, I've done it now. I've got the points. I could be happy in knowing that I've done what I can. It's still a track I'm pretty decent at. Monza. Monza. Oh, that's so annoying at the end of the day. Second though, it's just frustrating because I had the win. Like, the win was mine. But yeah, nothing you did wrong there, Dragon. It for some reason the diamond was where it was, and I was like, yep, I'll stop at the diamond. Stopped at the diamond. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. So I don't know what the diamond means now. Oh, Would have liked a longer track that tonight. It's alright. I think it's a bit too short. I mean, it's not much shorter than Red Bull Ring. Yeah, it's a decent track. It's not my most hated track. But yeah, God, that's frustrating. We're doing really well too. And I feel really bad for hitting the guy in the Mustang and giving him the penalty if that was from hitting my side. Like I was trying to avoid him, and then the car just stopped. So I darted to the inside to avoid contact, and obviously he was turning in. I appeared there and he turned into me. So I guess it was a racing incident at the end of the day, but the penalty seemed a little harsh. Yeah, I really thought I was good on fuel too. I was reading the comments when I was hitting the brake. Yeah, I don't know what happened. That's why I was trying to save fuel at the end, and then we ran out of fuel just at the pit lane. And I was like, I've got to go in, because if I try to do another lap, they're going to just catch me. And luckily we had a big enough lead to hold out second place, so it wasn't the end of the world. Just frustrating because, like I said, the win was in the bag. All I needed to do was sit in pit lane for another second, and I would have gotten that other lap put in. But anyway, it is still pretty good to get second place. And I think, yeah, I don't think I'm up against the fastest guys at the moment because of the last week. I've really dropped. Like, I mean, the fastest guys in the BDR driving rating, because I'd lost so much DR points last week, and yeah, I was sort of at a limit in the DR group, like where I was at my limit with pace. So I need to grind it back. Sort of just get back my DR, and hopefully I'd like to get into the A DR at some point, but when I get close to getting into the A, I just have bad races and lose all the work. Zero, good afternoon, sir. Surely it's early morning for you though. But you're right, it is the afternoon. Well, it's evening here now. It's past 9 p.m. So it's... Yes. I was trying to push too hard into a scurry. Got 5 minutes before this one starts, but we got second in the FIA event. You just missed that. Just under fueled. 1 lap. We would have had the win, but we got second. 5:45 in the morning. Good morning. Good morning, America. 2 a.m. for you, Dragon. That's sort of on the it's early, but it's sort of a normal time for most people these days. I can't believe the time you are. What time is it when the SFR GT Challenge races are? What time is it for you then, Dragon? Surely it's like nice early in the morning. Yeah, I would have been up streaming a little bit earlier, but to be honest, I slept in today. We recorded the podcast last night, and that went really late, and then yeah. So if you're on the Discord, you would have had access to the podcast last night. Actually, you still can access it, of got it up on YouTube as an unlisted video, but it has been released today, so I will be releasing the video after tonight's stream. But if you want to listen to it, it's on Podbean, Spotify, and Lights Out F1 podcast. It's our longest episode yet, but we went through everything. Went through pre-season testing, did a bit of early predictions, had a special guest on talking, and he gave us his thoughts. Yeah, long one. 2 a.m. Far out. Alrighty, what was that lap? Yeah, there's a lot of talk at the moment about the regions for the GT Sport finals. I think your region's in that one. You're in that region, Eagle. I think the EMEA region. Veyron and Peugeot. Oh, you mean for Monza? Yeah, I always just race the Ferrari, just because, like, I know the Ferrari quite intimately, and because I don't get to play all the time. It's just easier for me to adapt to the tracks a lot quicker, because obviously I know the car, and if I know the track and the car combo, then I don't really need to keep practicing as much as I would if I changed car. So that is my main reasoning behind it. Plus I just love the Ferrari. Yeah, the Discord link should be in the description of every video at the bottom. Even this one, it should be there. We've got like a few links in the descriptions. Like, there's an Amazon affiliate link as well. 'Cause if any of you guys buy stuff on Amazon, you can help us out as well by clicking that link and then going to Amazon and buying stuff. So, because I think within 24 hours of clicking it, if you buy something, we get a small percentage of the whatever you bought, and it doesn't make it any more expensive, which is pretty decent. So yeah, all that stuff should be in the links if at any time you need it. And yeah, the podcast, we'll be doing it we have usually a podcast after every Grand Prix, so we've just had a few this week, obviously in the run-up, but we'll have one after the Melbourne Grand Prix, and we'll have Fantasy League running as well, F1 Fantasy, so I don't know if you guys play that at all. We'll have a fantasy code to join. Actually, it's up on the podcast description already, I think. Alrighty, so as you can see, there's a few RCZs, not surprising. No Veyron. A few Peugeots though. A Mustang, Cayman, me, a Jag, a Beamer, a Renault, a few 86s and a TT. full 16 driver grid. Let's see what happens. And yeah, then I'll be trying to record the Talkin' Esports next episode this week as well, because what I want to do is also started writing articles on the website where I give you the results of all the eSport races that happened in the week. So I'm a little bit delayed, but I'm getting them out there. And then at the same time on the Talkin' Esports, we'll talk all the stuff that happens, plus any sort of drama and opinions and things people like the region thing that's going on with GT Sport. I want to talk all that stuff as well. I just haven't got it. I haven't got the talking points prepared tonight, so I don't really want to go into it too much because, yeah, I don't have the show prepared properly. Otherwise, we'd be sitting here for a while. Or you can just sit there and watch me prepare it, and then we can go. Warm up completed. 1:56. Yeah, that's a good time. I can usually get down to like a 1:57, I think, in the Ferrari. That was when I was like playing this all the time. So I'm hoping I can be at least competitive in this one. But yeah, the RCZs look like they're just going to disappear. Especially a guy from Hong Kong and a guy from Japan. Like, I'm screwed. There's another RCZ. Bruce from Brisbane. He lives in the same city as me. Hey, Bruce. Wonder what suburb he lives in. Wonder if he's on the north or the south side of Brisbane. Here we go. Slipstream galore down the front straight at Monza. Looking good. Hopefully we avoid a big bloody turn 1 pile up. And yeah, we'll hope for the best. Haven't done any GT Sports since last week, so it's always good to get back into this. I think the guy I hit survived. How the hell did I come out in 7th? I was on the brakes so early then too. I was at 150 mark. I guess you have to be on them a little bit sooner. So there I was complaining. Don't want to get hit, and I bloody do the hitting. No, I think the guy survived, which is good. He's up in 4th. Oh, I was trying to avoid that. Luckily there's no bloody damage, otherwise my car would be screwed. Alright, we've caught Brucey. That wasn't my best start at all. That was embarrassing the way I started this race. I need to do a little bit better than that if I want to jump up DR. I'm all good. I'm all good. That was weird. This is not going well at all. And that's the other thing, because I've been dropped after last week's just dreadful run. Like, obviously I'm not any shining beacon of greatness in this lobby. This is freaking embarrassing. But you can see the driving standards sort of drop off. Why won't this thing... And again, I'm sort of getting caught out by the change in physics from the practice to the race, which is freaking annoying me at the moment. But I'm not completely not at fault here. I've made a few bad mistakes already, so I had to let him go, and there's no point trying to fight him. He's about to serve his penalty through here anyway. Clean my act up a little bit and see if we can't finish this race off in some sort of dignity. God, coming through on the first lap though was a scary moment. See, how come he got a 2-second penalty for that? Surely I should get something as well. Well, why did he get a penalty at all? Well, that just doesn't seem fair. That was fun. God, I was standing on the brake too. Oh, if only you could measure the amount of pressure that was going through my foot. It was insane. I'll give it to this guy. He's giving room, racing room, which is good. The Group 4 Ferrari does understeer a little bit more than I remember it. Understeering in the past. But yeah, you can see just how much quicker that thing is on the straights, eh? It's got a massive advantage. I don't want to be on the inside, but I've sort of committed to it now. On the outside. See if we can't do it underneath. And up and under. Didn't quite work. He had the pace and the traction and he had everything in that bloody car. Everything I didn't. Oh, I thought we were going to do it then. I thought I squeezed him on the first corner a little bit too much, but somehow he still had room. Yeah, on the second corner there, I don't think I could have gone anywhere else but where I was, so I think he just turned a little too early. Vic, good morning, sir. Not much. We came second in the FIA, so it was a little bit of a bittersweet victory though, because I had to fuel. I ran out of fuel in the last lap and had to pit in, and I would have taken the win otherwise, but doing well. I love Monza too, Vic. You and I are a rare breed, apparently. defending inside. That car has just got so much more pace down straights. Oh, I got a penalty. So that's annoying, because that's exactly what happened to that other guy that got a penalty. He just got hit like that. I don't know how that was a penalty, but anyway, I'll take the position. The Audi is so much faster. So much faster. That's unbelievable. BOP, is there an issue with Group 4 BOP? Because that didn't seem fair at all. Good race though. I had a good little bit of fun then. Just sucks that I sort of ruined the start of that race, because yeah, anyway. Not too bad. Not too bad. I should have done probably better, but 7th is what I'll take. Apparently my SR goes down for that one little tap, but we'll get over it. I suppose I did have the tap at the start too. Sort of probably deserve that. Oh, the last update did change Group 4 BOP. Well, it looks like I might be at a disadvantage. I'm just going to get more water, and I'll be right back. Yeah, just having a look. Oops. Come on. Go away. What else do I want to race tonight? There's only one person I know playing ACC. Oh, I bought the Crew 2 on PC just because it was super cheap. I've also got the Crew installed on PC. Wouldn't mind giving those games a bit of a crack, because they're just a bit of fun. And I just use the controller for those ones. I don't know if any of you guys have got the Crew on PC, but yeah, it's the Crew 2 wasn't my favourite, but I thought I'd give it another crack at some point. I've got iRacing. I haven't bloody played iRacing in a bloody century, and I'm paying for it, so I should probably get in there and have a bit of a race around as well. Racing room, R Factor 2. Anyway. What have we got? 4 minutes. I'll be right back. Just going to get more water, because it's a hot night here in Australia, so keep hydrated. Have they, do they tell you what BOP was changed? Because that would be interesting to look at. See if I can't find something on it. What was that website? There was a website that I used to use. I had the power down. Had like all the... Surely I bookmarked this website. I know I talked about it on one of my Talking eSports episodes too. It's not the God damn, what is the website? I might have something in my Google Drive. Let's have a look. My Google Drive's getting full, so I'm going to have to use something else to do the podcast and save all the stuff. Because, yeah, trying to save all the videos and clips and stuff from all the different races I do and SFR GT Challenge and pictures and everything, I'm running out of room. But luckily, you guys have helped donate a bit, so I can probably use some of that money to upgrade a few things. So I do appreciate everybody that has done that. Alright. Misc photos. Nope. Sebastian Loudwig. Loudfig. Sorry, I'm probably not pronouncing that last name correctly, but welcome along, Sebastian. Good to have you along. Get a hard drive. Well, yeah, I could do that. What I do like about the Google Drive is, because I do a lot on my phone, because sometimes I'm not always home, and I can go out and obviously I can do things from my phone, which is really nice. But I'm just trying to find this goddamn website. So Talking eSports, we've done a few episodes. I was meant to do it weekly. I do want to keep doing that, but I think what I'll do is I'll just keep it a little bit informal, and later on tonight I do want to talk about the region thing, because I think that's a good topic to go over. Would have been like episode probably 3, maybe. NASCAR, Le Mans, Daytona, Race Room, Toyota, R-Factor broadcast, photos, rig pics, ACC. Let's go through this stuff. Oh, this is bloody at the end of last year when they had the Dirt World Series on and stuff. A lot going on then. You know what we should test is grid public lobbies, because apparently they've been changed, and apparently it was dreadful. So it would be a good idea to get out there and have a look at, see what grid is looking like since a big update. It's an alright game, but I wouldn't play it with a wheel. Play it. Usually play that with a gamepad. Alright, we're about to get this race started. I'm just looking for this website. I know I've shared it before. I've just got to go over my previous stories I used to do on the Sim World. You know what I'd really like to get next is those Thrustmaster load cell pedals though. Because I'd love to be able to use them here on GT Sport. Oh, we should check out the WRC8 eSport stuff as well, because that's been going down. I'm running out of disk space already. Am I recording this? Surely not, no. How much disk space do I have left on my, Looks like I do need a new hard drive at the end of it. 15 megabytes. What the flip? Where the hell's all the bloody space gone? Jesus. Gotta delete a few things. Don't worry, man. Thanks for popping by anyway. TGT, yes, I do have a TGT. Welcome along, by the way. Sorry, I've been ignoring my fans out there. Welcome along, Sebastian. Alright, let's get back into this race. Sorry, I was trying to look for this website that would, it actually has performance graphs of all the cars. And I was hoping it might be able to open up a bit of a dialogue as to what happened in the new update for GT Sport. But yes, the TGT. It works fantastically well on GT Sport, I must say. I used to have a G29, and the day I swapped from the G29 to this, it was just a world of difference, night and day. That's the kind of difference. Just the feedback. It's not like I became a faster driver or a better driver, but the information that was being fed through the wheel was just an incredible amount of information, and I loved it. So we're not in the fastest car for this daily race, unfortunately, but I do usually just drive this Ferrari because it's I don't get to play very often, so I became a statistic then as well. Sorry about that, it was really bad. But that's the thing about this game that's really starting to frustrate me a little bit. And I don't know if it's because of the update, but the physics changes underneath. They don't advertise if your wheels get hotter, if the track temperature has an effect on the wheel physics or anything. It clearly does, because I just ran wide at the first chicane, but I was braking at the same point I did last race as well. So that would lead me to believe that my tyres are cold. And I don't have all the grip in the wall. Oh, Jesus. God, we must have just avoided track limits there. Thank you for the good luck as well. I don't know if I'm going to do that great. Try to keep it clean from here on in and just work our way through the field. Cookie. Oh, we're going to be 3 wide. Oh, okay. A bit reckless there from the bloody Lamborghini. Alright. Just a little bit reckless. I'm hoping you got a big penalty for that. And see, when I came off the grass, got reset. and put the power back down again. The tyres were slippery, so that would sort of suggest we still had grass and dirt and stuff on the tyres. Oh yeah. I need a straw. It was a pretty bloody reckless push, I'll tell you that. Sebastian, bloody reckless push. Embarrassed. It doesn't look like the doesn't look like I've had any luck this race, unfortunately. See what I mean? There's something going on with this car. And mind you, I've been driving this car since this game was released. I used to did switch between the BMW, the Jaguar, and this one, but this one I've put in the most kilometers. And there's something going on since this update, because this car doesn't react the same. And I did that because I didn't want to punt him, because you might as well just wreck my race instead of wrecking someone else's race. I'm convinced something's changed. Sorry if you wanted to watch a half-competent GT Sport driver. Tonight has just not been my night. I got second in the FIA, but since then, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't know. I get the feeling something's changed. And that is something that sim races have to deal with. I mean, eSport players have had to deal with this for years. Counter-Strike, Rocket League, they'll change something. Overwatch, you know, whatever else is out there. When the game changes something, it's a big deal for an eSports, I'm going to call them athletes, eSport athletes, because yeah, you can see someone like me, I don't get to play this game all the time, but I've got a pretty intimate knowledge of this Ferrari, and I don't know what's changed. I know it's probably only been tiny, but it means I have to drive this car a completely different way to what I've been used to. I have had the change obviously in the past. This is not the first time. But like, I'm not usually this bad. It could be that I'm having a bad day, my form's off, I'm not concentrating enough. But yeah, to be this bad consistently, I feel like something's changed. There could be a big portion that's going up in your head, but yeah, at the same time, see, the car pulled up that time. I did it every other lap, wasn't pulling up, which makes me also think there's been a physics change or an update to the tyre model or something. Yeah, it's all very, very it's annoying, but it is something if you want to be a professional sim racer or whatever. These are the things you will have to deal with. And I mean, we can sit here and complain and blame the publisher or the developer, but at the end of the day, it's their game, so we have to adapt. But anyway, this one's pretty much a bloody write-off. Hopefully, we should go on to the Group 3 race after this, I think, and have a crack at that. I'm just not having any luck at Monza tonight. Again, put the brakes on at 150 mark. Sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. But apparently I'm... Yep, alright. I mean, it didn't race that bad once we got recovered, but... Yeah, I feel like the car should pull up at 100, but it's slide a little bit too much. It's like I have to put the brakes on about 120 mark. Alright, let's just wipe that one off the board. Go away from Monza. We'll move on to something else. But welcome along if you're watching. Sorry that hasn't been a good show tonight, but if you do like sim racing, if you're into the e-racing, eSports, I'm your man. I want to talk about it. I want to talk. There's so much that happens every single week. So yeah, if you want to keep up to date, I'll try to keep you guys up to date the best I can. I'm going to start writing a lot more articles with results of what's happened. So yeah, make sure you've checked out the website at demo1garage.com if you're into that. Plus at the same time I commentate and broadcast some private leagues as well. We just had the F1 finish off. It was absolutely fantastic season. But yeah, if you're into that, you've come to the right place. Alright, let's and Wednesdays is the day that I get from behind the microphone and get behind the wheel. That's what we're doing here tonight. Alright, yes. We could do Brands Hatch in the Group 3 Ferrari. Ooh. And then after that we can do whatever. I don't know if you guys if anyone is still watching and wants to comment. GT Sport. Is there anything else you like to watch when it comes to racing games? I'm just gonna put them all in there. Or is GT Sport the one that you enjoy the most? We will get a bit of practice in at Brands Hatch, I think. We're gonna need it. Alright, but I still want to find that website. I still want to find that bloody website. I'm going to find it and I'll show it off when I find it, and I'll bookmark it this time. What's that? Nope. Oh yeah, there's lots of colleges now in the US which are starting esports teams. I know here in Brisbane, I think University of Queensland, I think, has got an esports team. I'll add you, Seb. How do we add friends again? Why can't I do this? I'm getting old now. I used to know how to do these things, but I'm starting to forget. Yeah, if you I'll either add you or you can add me. There's my PSN in the bottom right. Feel free to add that, but if you're not on your PlayStation, just write it in. Apparently you have to accept. Does that work? Nope. Sorry, Seb. You're going to have to add me. You must have it locked down a little bit. Oh, Brands Hatch. I also have to get used to the GT3 car now, because this car loves to slide its back end out. It loves to get a little bit leery. But being Brands Hatch, there's not a lot of room for overtaking. So we need a decent starting position, so I need to get a bloody decent lap on the board pretty much straight away. Because there's going to be some guys out there who are pretty good at Brands Hatch. And getting an overtake here is going to be pretty hard. No, you're right, Seb. Don't be sorry. Just add me when you get on next. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. I mean, I was disappointed I came second and didn't win my FIA event, but decided expelling too much energy into being angry sometimes is just not worth it. Oh, I do like this track. Damn, is it a challenge and a half sometimes. Group 3 Ferrari though, looks like I've got the handle on it again straight away. The quicker you can get on the power through there, the better your lap will be, and you can look at the time I've already gained. 2 tenths just through there, almost 3 tenths. I was a little bit conservative there. I'm going to lose a bit of time. Put the power down. Get back those times. Those splits are looking good. Don't know what kind of time we're going to do here. This should be a decent-ish time. 1, 2, 3. You can see I got the power a lot sooner last lap. Whoa! Yeah, that's what I'm a bit afraid of happening in the race, actually. It is very easy to get this car side around like that. A good lap, you reckon, Barris? It was a decent lap. It was a well put together lap. Hopefully I can do laps like that in the race. I don't know how many bloody laps we've got to do, actually. I didn't check any of those things. Oh, I try to be on the power too much. I mean, if you don't search for those limits in the practice, you're never going to find them. So I always find it's really good to, you know, push yourself in practice, even if you look like an idiot doing it. Because you can always slow down in the race a little bit. Oh, we got third. All right, I'm good. I'm happy with that. Just need to stay third now. Oh, there we go. 21st or 2nd. One day I'm going to get too many friends on my friends list and it's going to say friends list full. But I don't... Oh, hard, soft and mediums. Oh, I should probably check the bloody race description here. I didn't get there in time. Oh, I've frozen it. I can't do anything. I was wanting to check the bloody race description. So 2 fuel, 9 tyre. So we're going to have to change tyres at some point. I always forget to check those things. 14 laps. Pretty decent race. Brands Hatch starting 3rd. I'm happy with that. Just let's see if we can't push forward from here on in. 17 drivers. Hello, Ryan. And good morning. Good morning, Ryan. And good luck to everybody over in the Northern Hemisphere waking up. Or this afternoon when your manufacturer events start. Alrighty. 14 laps, 1 soft tyres. We'll need to pit at some point. I want to get around him, but there's just goddamn no room. Oh, that sucks. I helped him around, but oh, that put the power down, and then when I hit the power down, it's bloody helped him spin, so I feel freaking terrible now. Had a bloody good night at all tonight. I seem to be involved in everything. But in saying that, he did run wide. And he was actually rotating before I hit him. It just so happened I was there. I mean, I probably didn't help the situation, but it was definitely not an intentional thing. It never is. And it wasn't because of neglectful driving, I'd like to add. Or going for a gap that wasn't there, it just so happened to be a little bit wide there. I had to let off the power. It's going to give my Italian friend in the Alfa Romeo just a little bit of extra time ahead. It's Hen Rive. Welcome. Good to have you along. And it's so good to have fans out there in Twitch world getting involved. If I'm on your inside, don't turn in. So that's your own fault, mate. That's why I have the bloody radar up. That is one thing you do need to be mindful of racing. It's hard, I will admit that, especially if you know, on a computer screen. It's not easy to see what is around you. But I'm sure he knew I was there, so... I have the Thrustmaster TGT. The wheels you see them use at the FIA World Final events and stuff. It's a good wheel because I use it on PC as well, and I like the feedback, force feedback in this wheel. Plus, because I play a lot of GT Sport, I find it was worth that little bit of extra money. So yeah, that's the wheel I use. I've had it for probably almost 2 years now. It's actually so it's holding up well. It doesn't have much wear and tear on it, which is nice, and I don't use it as much as I used to use the Logitech G29 I used to have, but I mean it gets a beating. I've got it bolted into my desk as well, so it doesn't slide around everywhere, which is nice. Oh, that guy in first place, he's quick, isn't he? 7 seconds of the lead. Just on the fastest sector though. I think 2 years ago I paid something like 1,200, 1,300 Australian dollars. It was not cheap. And if you don't play a lot of GT Sport, I would go spend that same amount of money on probably a Fanatec wheel or something like that. But I know if you play GT Sport all the time. Thank you, Rui Relvis. Thank you for following, by the way, buddy. If you play a lot of GT Sport and you want a good wheel for it, nothing beats this. But I will admit, it's a little bit on the expensive side. Daffa, welcome. Following us on Facebook, I think. That's what that one means. Welcome along. Vedran Antonovic has also hit the follow. Welcome along, guys. Just so you know, if you are new here, we've got a few new people in the house. Wednesdays is the day that I sim race and do these things. But the other days I commentate and broadcast races. So just be warned, this is not all I do. Angus Cook, welcome along. Everybody, chucking in the follows. Loving the enthusiasm out there. This is Brands Hatch, yes. Oh, that might give me a penalty. That was a lot of corner then. This is Brands Hatch, very narrow. Miko. Alvarado, welcome along. Loving it. You guys are awesome. Thank you for enjoying the content as much as you are. And just a little bit about me. I'm an old bastard playing the sim. I'm not the fastest guy out there, but I do very much enjoy sim racing, and I want to see sim racing grow. And I love to talk about esports and the esports world. I keep myself around everything that I can that's happening. The best I can. I'm only one person, but I do my best. And yeah, if you go on the website at demo1garage.com, I will be adding more articles over the next few weeks, keeping you guys updated with all the other the professional races that go on out there in the world. Thank you, Daniel Jeffries. Good to have you, man. So we're catching this guy. Tyres are starting to go. I will admit, mate, I didn't like school much either when I used to be at school. It was, I didn't get much out of it. I mean, if you know what you want to do, go to a tech school, I guess, and when you're old enough, just play the game. But yeah, I didn't like school much either. A long time ago though, I was at school. Oh, you want to race against me again? Well, if you want to race against me after this race, let's bring it on. If you guys want to race, we'll open a lobby after this. Then we can, get racing. My day job, I don't have one at the moment. I'm sort of self-employed. I used to do IT. I used to do like security and networks and stuff. And then after that, I was in the Navy. So I was in the Navy for many years, and then got nerve damage, and I now have chronic pain in my left leg. So yeah, I'm sort of trying to chase. I'd really like to be a professional sort of broadcaster. Oh, that wasn't good, was it? For sim racing, if I could be, that'd be like my goal. At the moment, I don't have a formal job. Hopefully we don't need to run all the tyre compounds, because I'm not running them. It wasn't a very good corner. I don't know if you're talking about me entering the pits, because I just bounced off the wall then, dude. That was terrible. One-up, Sebastian. What do you mean by a one-up? It's good to have you guys along though. Quiet early on, so it looks like things are getting a little bit busy. People not enjoying school. He's starting to catch me a little bit. Just got to keep it clean though. I think we should be okay. Holy shit, man, your story's like the same as mine. Pain in back and leg. Luckily, I have a neurostimulator in my back. I've got a neurostimulator too. It doesn't fucking work for me. That's freak all, man. What do you consider a real racing sim? Because I probably have. I've raced most of the racing titles out there, but I know people have different opinions on what they consider real or not. I don't really like to get into that debate because I like them all. I think they're all got their own pros and cons, and you should just play the one that you enjoy at the end of the day. But we're all different. Screwed that corner up. That could be the reason I lose first place here. Yeah, I've got a... Who did your neurostimulator? What was it, like a Boston Scientific or a St. Jude? medical devices, different ones. But yeah, my neurostimulator does not work. It hasn't worked for years. And oh my god, the pain just recently though that I've been in is the worst I've had it in such a long time. I've been like crippled. Oh, I need to use all tyres, do I? Oh, we'll just go into, we'll do a lap of each. I'll just go in. Well, you know what? I might go in and get the mediums now. That's annoying because I should have done that before. We'll go and get the mediums now, and we'll do one lap of hards at the end. Medtronic. Alright, I haven't heard of those ones. Yeah, you and me, Dutch, we're almost the same. Bloody same story, man. My pain gets really bad when it's going to rain. What really sucks is about where I live, it's really humid. So the humidity. Oh my god, just the humidity can set my pain off. And the nerve pain, it's like bloody fire up and down my leg. Like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This is why I don't get to race every day. Because I just couldn't do it. But obviously, you know, if you let the pain control you, I'd never be racing. Don't think I'm going to win this race if he's already put mediums on, unfortunately. I think he might beat me. I'm not sure if he... feeling he might have used the tyres at the start. We might be beaten by that X1 dude. Looks like he's had a pretty good race and he's now leading. But you can see the difference these medium tyres are making on my lap times. I just can't keep up. Yeah, it's what was the racing sim that you wanted to play? My pain can sometimes be really good, and then some other days it's really bad. And that's why I struggle to keep a consistent time for these Wednesday streams. I just can't do it. And I'm always tired. Never, ever get a good sleep. Wake up in pain, take these ridiculously strong painkillers. But anyway, I can still do things, so it's not the end of the world. Looking like we're going to get third here. I didn't realise we had to use all the compounds. I had a feeling that was the case when I saw that you could choose all 3, but when I went to go check the race details, it didn't load, so I couldn't I just had to guess. Yeah, looks like they did all 3 compounds and I did an extra stop. So we should be able to get 3rd, which is not too bad, I think. I think that's where we qualified, 3rd. God, that was a sketchy through there. Looks like we're gonna, get 3rd here, unless the other guys haven't done the tyre thing, but we'll see. Round and round we go. We jumped to 2nd, so X1 didn't do the compounds. Because he had a penalty, so we got 2nd place. So I can't believe I did that well against Hand, because I did an extra pit stop. Yeah, same story, man. Kong? What does that mean? We did okay. We got there in the end, we got 2nd. I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, if you guys want to race me, I'm going to open up a lobby, so let's get into that. Shall we? We'll get a lobby going. Like, my leg right now is really starting to hurt a lot. Cool. Alrighty. Race the commentator. It wasn't too bad, wasn't it, Barris? It was nice and clean for me for once, which was good. Luckily, you told me I had to use all the tyres, because I totally would have forgotten to do that. But I reckon I could have won with over a 20-second advantage. I probably would have got there in the end anyway and stayed 1st. Okay. Lobby. Go to the lobby. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I really like Brands Hatch, so yeah, it's just one of those tracks I feel comfortable on, which is nice. Got to create a room. Any requests for track to race on? Bathurst 120, we'll be doing that again soon. Ryan, what's cracking, lacking? Not much, sir. You know what? I haven't done a Tokyo bloody race for a while. Let's get in there and do that. Let's get in there and do that. Yeah, it's the Flying Dutchman. He's in the house. God, why is sim racing so sweaty? Why is it so sweaty? You just sit here and do nothing. I guess it doesn't help that I'm in pain, because I know being in pain makes you sweat. It's definitely the case for me. Edit event settings. Let's have a look. What have I got? Are the settings turned on to? Racing mediums. Yeah, we'll just keep it on that. Hey, it's welcome back. A Russian spy. There's a lot of guys out there that they have different names on all their different things, and it's hard sometimes for me to keep up with them all, because there's so many of you guys that talk to me. I sometimes forget who's who, but I eventually get there. It just takes me a long time. Yeah, so if you guys want to race, we're gonna we'll start this very shortly. 305's jumped in. I'm gonna quickly visit the bathroom because I've been drinking water all night, and I've got a full bladder. But I get in and out there, and everyone's welcome. So Race the Commentator underway. Oh, PJ left. Doesn't matter if we can't get a lot of people. We'll just be me and Dutchman racing. So I was always interested to see where I stack up against you guys. Actually, I'll give you a bit of a taste of the latest podcast on if you're a bit of an F1 fan. We had it recorded last night, so I'll just play a little bit of it now while I'm doing my thing. So listen in. Hello, welcome everybody to episode 27 of the Lights Out F1 podcast. It is a busy podcast tonight. I've got Aussie, myself, Zen's back again, and we've got Anthony from the Formula One Armchair Experts Facebook. Welcome along, gentlemen. There's so much to talk about.
G'day, Josh. G'day, Zen.
How are you?
I'm good, mate. All pumped for F1 to be back, and g'day to our special guest, Mr. Anthony Durkin, or Durko as some might know him, and others even know him as El Presidente.
Thank you very much, Dr. Plastic, Zen and Josh.
Some might know him as Durko, others know him as El Presidente from Formula One Armchair Experts Facebook page. Now, if you haven't heard of it before, or if you've never seen it on Facebook, make sure you look it up. It's probably the biggest Facebook page this side of the world, I'd say. I know there's a few big European Formula One pages, but what are we at, Durko? We've got 16,000 or a bit more these days on there?
Yeah, we're over 16,000 members at this stage in the group.
Too bad they don't have to pay you. You'd be a rich man.
a dollar an entry.
Yeah, trust me, my wife's asked me about an entry fee.
Mate, you know, when I came across you guys, it was when I just originally joined Facebook. The only reason I joined Facebook was so I could start getting onto this social media stuff with Formula One. So there I am Googling away or whatever, and I come across your page. And I think we had like just over 1,000 people when I first joined, and that was only like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Like, it's just blown up the last few years, man.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's into its 8th year, and
There we go.
it was originally an idea my wife came up with. She used to get the shits with me sitting at home, on a Sunday night, Australian time, screaming at two mates in Sydney, AJ and Frosty, calling the race for 2 hours. And she said, "For God's sake, can you just get off the phone and stop screaming at these two mates of ours?" And I went, "Okay." So I said, "What's the solution?" She said, "Well, you're new to Facebook. Why don't you just create a group and chat to them? You can chat to multiple people at the same time." I went, "Okay. How do I do that?" She said, "Well, here you go. Give us your phone. Create the group. What are you going to call it?" I said, "Oh, it's F1 something." She said, "Well, you sit in an armchair." I said, "Yeah, I think I'm an expert, so F1 armchair experts," and went from there.
So Mrs. Durko created it all. Imagine that.
Yep, my much beloved and very understanding wife Holly is the reason I'm here today as El Presidente in charge of the group.
And who is responsible, and she's even given up her laundry and is now known as the studio for the famous notebooks.
Yes, true.
So she's a good woman, mate. She's definitely a keeper.
Absolutely yours. Yep, won't trade her in for anything.
And did you have any hand in the Formula E armchair one? I know there's a few spin-offs now.
Yeah, there's a few spin-offs. I'm up to about 30 or 31 splintered groups, cover DTM, Formula E, Indy cars, V8 supercars, everything. Just every conceivable sport you can think of, I've got it covered as an armchair experts group. But definitely Formula One's my religion. That's what I practice and preach, and that's why the F1 armchair experts group's the one I stick with, and I worship it every day.
Mate, we get over 100 posts a day on there.
Yeah, it's pretty much a full-time job other than...
You can't possibly keep up with every post, I tell you. I mean, we've got some great admins. Our number one admin, Chris, who we both, he's your number one right-hand man on the ground at Australian GP. So.
Yeah. No, Chris flew all the way from Holland and last year to come to Melbourne, and there's a few others, especially I need to acknowledge Tony and all the other admin guys, but they work behind the scenes when I'm asleep or at work, and they keep things going.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to get you on, and I mean, as you know, I'm a massive F1 fan, just like you. I've known you for quite a while now, so I thought it's an opportunity here. And so, as I said to you, if you're listening to this podcast, you're obviously an F1 fan, and if you're not a member of F1 Armchair Experts, make sure you get on the Facebook page and join us.
And it's actually a good group. There's a lot of toxic F1 groups out there, and this one's really good. You can usually, even if you don't know a lot, there's a lot of people amongst it that will probably, get you up to speed if Formula One's new for you. So don't be scared.
As I always say, if you've got a question, we'll find you the answer.
Yeah, that's right. It's the Google for F1, I like to call it.
Yes.
Well, we've weeded out a lot of crap. There's always one person who, wants to be the center of attention, but this is a group where we try to keep it mature, and it seems to be working pretty good so far. So come and join us there. I know I've introduced Zen to the...
There we go. That is the pod. That's not all of it, obviously. That's the first 5 minutes. But you can listen to it on all your Podbean podcast places: Podbean, Spotify, Stitcher, except Google Podcast. It's on iTunes as well. And I will be releasing it on YouTube if that's where you like to watch podcasts. So after this stream, I'll be publishing the podcast so you can listen to it. All right, no one else seems to be joining. I'll get in a few practice laps here, and we'll see who's quicker. Is it me, or is it the Flying Dutchman? This should be interesting. Yeah, if you guys out there want to get in and race as well, we'll do other tracks if you want, but you're more than welcome to join us. There's no track up. It's been a while since I've practiced this track. You reckon I'll be quicker than you? Surely not. You guys guys in the Pro Division are pretty bloody quick. Yeah, that was just a small taste of what it is. But yeah, if you're in F1, it's something else you can add to your listening queue. Tag that inside wall. Thanks. Sorry, I can't quite read your name. Web Disciple. All good, man. We do this every week anyway, so I try to get it a little bit earlier for you guys that work. Obviously now going to work, because I can do it your evening. So, but yeah, I'll try to. I do try to do that. So hopefully next Wednesday. But yeah, you'll definitely see some eSport races pop up on your Twitch feed now, because that's the other thing I do, commentate those. So thanks for chucking in the follow, bro. Hopefully work is not too much of a drag today. Just going to get a few practice laps in here. Oh, I was trying to push that. No worries, Web. It just yet today didn't work out for me. Otherwise, I would have been on a little bit earlier. For you guys that are just waking up and going to work, over there on the other side of the hemispheres. But tonight actually is a little bit better for some other drivers that I'm usually up earlier, playing earlier, and it's way too early for them. So yeah, it's just one of those. I guess if I streamed every day, it'd be a different story, but I only do this once a week. The other times I'm commentating a race. Even worse when it's a bloody FIA event. Because it's so easy to get yourself a penalty through there. And through there too. If you're too late, you can't recover. You just can't recover. But down here, it's all pretty much flat chat. Try and keep it as straight as you possibly can. Coming up back up the hill, there's a marker on the left there. Maybe you can brake a little bit later. So a little bit slow through there, lost a little bit of time. Still got purples though. And then down into here, hug the left hand side, turn in, tap that inside one, and get a decent line, brake, turn early. Straighten up the corners here as much as you can. If you've got a little bit more confidence, you can probably almost quicker. As long as you can hug it tight like we did there, you'll be fine. And this corner's a bit of a always run wide there, and I've done exactly that. So I need to adjust my line a little. But there we go. Not the fastest lap in the world, but decent lap. There we go. Cat way more speed in that first corner. Flat through here. Almost up 5/10. Where was the marker here? Just lift a little bit. Keep the speed a lot higher. 1.2 seconds up now. Stay on the left hand side. Turn at that. Fighting understeer. We got away with it. I need to turn a bit later, I think, in that corner. Alrighty, let's see. Actually, I might just change it to a 2-lap race because there's only the two of us. And we'll get going. Here we go. So who's quicker? The Flying Dutchman from the Pro Division of the SFR GT Challenge, or the commentator for that exact same place? Am I Pro Division material? It is me versus the Flying Dutchman. Here we go. Oh, that was a bit slow getaway, wasn't it? Oh, I've smashed 305 off the line. Did not expect to be that far ahead already. Let's see what he can do. This is a street circuit. We'll let the Dutchman pick the next track. I got full glory and honours for this one. I do like the way this track flows a little. Especially when you get the lap together really nicely. It's so good. Lost a bit of time to the Dutchman. Held it together. You don't need to brake too much through there, actually. Tyres give you sort of nice little middle ground. Still touching that wall. Started the final lap, 3:05. Still behind. Oh, I got sideways through there, Jesus. Chronic pain versus chronic pain. Whose chronic pain is the best? Oh, you can just hear those wheels. They're just they're just about to begin screeching as we test their limits of engineering. We got that together. That was nice. He's got himself a penalty. That is easy to do here on this circuit. Ooh. I've just done the same goddamn thing. Got off take the win. Well, that was close at the end. I screwed up that last lap. It is your church. It is your turn to pick a race, 305. Pick away. Let me know what track you want to do. I will. I'll add it. But while 305 does that, I just want to show everyone out there something quickly. Thank you, 305. Wasn't easy, I'll tell you that much. You still gave me a hell of a fight. I think if you had a good start, you actually would have been a lot closer then, but them's the breaks sometimes. Oh, where has that thing gone? Oh, my website looks so different now because I've accidentally... I turned off some plugins and it's changed... It's changed things, so I'm a little bit annoyed actually. I need to fix the website up. Oh, that's frustrating as hell. I didn't realise it. Anyway. Thank you, Jose. Thank you very much. Just pick on. Alright, I'll pick one. I'll pick another track. So we've done the street circuit of Tokyo. What else do we have? Wouldn't mind some Interlagos. Are you sure you want to cancel changes? Nope. Alright, hopefully we get a few more people in. If you do want to jump in this lobby, I will up the laps as well. If we get a few more people. Otherwise, it's just... It's racing the commentator at the moment. Your chance to see if you're quicker than some guy who talks about racing, sim racing. Jose Pinto followed. Welcome along, man. Yeah, what I wanted to show you, I can still show you, so give me a second. I'll show you guys. Just give a few minutes here for some people to join the lobby or not. My post, not that post that I. There was a Le Mans eSport event, actually. Oh no, it wasn't Le Mans eSports. That's the one that hasn't been released yet. But it was actually not too bad of an event. But it was the new North American Forza champion. I know some of you don't really care about Forza, but I give all sim racing events an equal standing. Because there's freaking more, and to be honest, there's more money than there is in GT Sport at the moment. Something I'll talk about a little bit later on. Now, so this is it here. It was played out on the weekend. And this bloke here, Force One, he won the championship. Got himself $7,500 USD. This bloke from Red Bull Racing, it was, I do have their names here. It was Venom from Red Bull Racing. He got second. I think it was something like 5,000. And Lightning, he ended up with about 3,000 or so dollars. So a good haul of points for those guys. Obviously Force One from Team Lazarus, he did well. And there's your top 8. Some names you probably don't recognize, but you will, because I will continue to report on these people, and I'll start to learn them. I'm starting to learn a lot of sim racing names out there at the moment. Now, this was the race at Suzuka. I think they're coming into the finish line.
Coming up, Lightning has the outside here. Might not be able to
Thank you, Captain Chrissy.
And Diablo holding the line.
Diablo closed that door really, really hard on Lightning. Lightning pulled out of it. Probably the smartest.
It was a close race at the end.
Could have made right there.
Oh,
And he sneaks it up the inside.
The overtake at
Diablo.
Spoon Curve was nice.
Lightning is going to do it as they drag race to 130R, and Lightning is going to get passed on the final lap.
oh, it's bumper to bumper. Diablo's only got one opportunity.
Hated this
here at
commentator, though.
130R, and then the triangle. Is he going to make it? Lightning.
And yeah, there was their setup. They were all using controller, interestingly enough. They all had wheels to use, but none of them seemed to use them. So yeah, well done to Force One for winning that one. Anyway, more of those articles coming on the website. So if you want to see more of that, demo1garage.com. All right, let's do a practice lap and let's see how we're going. Welcome along. That was, your name will pop up in a second. It was Captain Chrissy for hitting like and the follow. Welcome along, Chrissy. Captain Chrissy. Alrighty. Let's get a quick practice lap in, and we're gonna race the commentator once again. The slowest will start. The slowest racer will start first. So hopefully 3:05 you've put a time down. Oh, we've got a few people joining, so that's good. Done a lot of laps of Interlagos on this game, I must say. 3:05's on a 1:32. That's a good time. It's probably about where I'm at actually on this game. This is a hard track for the Group 3 Ferrari though, because it likes to slide, it likes to slip. Let Chevrolet get a lap in, and then we'll start the race. It's only 2 laps, so it's a great little sprint race. Hopefully keep people interested. God, sideways through there, not what you want, is it? It's basically my qualifying lap. I do like this track though, it's a good little mix of some straights, some technical racing as well. I do like Interlagos. And it's got these interesting banked corners, downhills, uphills as well. Oh good. Well, I'll do another lap. By the time I've done another lap, that will be Chevrolet's lap done. I think he's just down ahead of me. Alright, this lap has to count. Thanks, Captain. It was a bit sketchy. Alrighty, let's get this. Oh, as soon as I finish this lap, we should all have a time on the board and I'll get it going. Aussie made it, had a mistake. Oh no, it's 305, just chilling in. Alrighty, running wide. 2-lap sprint race. This is going to be very interesting, actually. Computer chairs rolling around. That's kind of annoying. I can see why people get chairs that are bloody stuck in place to do racing sims. Oh, I did it again. And again. Jesus, Josh, this is bad. Looks like I might be starting at the front. Chevrolet got the fastest lap out here, so we put a quick man in the lobby. I don't know what kind of lap time this is going to be. It's not going to be the fastest. Too many mistakes on that lap. Too many mistakes. Anyway, let's get the race started. Here we go. I didn't see what car the other bloke had either. Subaru, Jaguar, and my Ferrari. Alrighty. 3 drivers, 2 laps. Good luck to everyone. Hopefully I can do a little bit better this time around. Again, I got a better start. Is it just the Ferrari? Oh, he's gone wide at turn 1. They've been in a mix-up. Oh, that is not good. That is not good. I was going to restart it, but it's only 2 laps. Got a big concentrate this time around. Does anyone out here have a Nintendo Switch, by the way? Because I really, really like my Nintendo Switch. It's probably the best portable game console I've ever bought in my life. And I've had a few. I haven't had them all. I think the last really good one that I liked was the PlayStation Portable. I never had the Vita though. I never really saw the attraction to the PlayStation Vita. But Nintendo Switch, freaking, it's an awesome bit of kit. If anyone does have one and wants to race me on Mario Kart, let's add each other. I need friends on the Nintendo Switch. Ooh. Got just 5 seconds on these guys in the last lap. Looks like Chevalier is a very quick driver. He's pulling me in at a rate of knots. Having to save this car from slipping and sliding every bloody other corner at the moment. Got it together through there. On the power, looking for the apex. Sun in your eyes, down the hill. That's the kind of exit I wanted on my bloody qualifying lap. too quick. Ooh, he's going to get quick. He's going to get very close. God, it looks like he can bloody race, eh? He's gained like 2 seconds on that lap alone. But, still managed first. I know I did start first. It's the starts again. Just that's the difference. Was the race start there? And I don't know what happened with him in 305. Looks like 305 got punted or something. Long way back. All right, we're on to another. We'll do another track now. Got the win though, in the lobby. Ooh, 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 ooh. Alrighty. And we get money for it and everything. Alrighty. What track do we want to do? Nürburgring GP, I think. I like that track. Everybody get out there and do some laps. Taking a while to load the track, isn't it? Here we go. Oh, we just had Acid Wolf join. So we've got a few people joining in, which is good. Well, 3 or 5 will be RB, so get out there and do some more lappies. I just had the BMW C2 Sim Cup Round 1 race here at Nürburgring GP last week. It was on R Factor 2. It was an alright race. Had some action here and there. So I'm not totally disappointed with how that race went. But there's some money on Off-Road 2, I think, for that one. There's money to be made at the moment in sim racing if you're good enough. There's definitely plenty of events going on that you can qualify yourself for. Oh, I was on the brakes a bit late. And what I really like actually about the sim racing world is, I mean, there are franchised races, which means you can only enter if you're in a team that pays to enter. So the Forza Le Mans eSports team races, you got to pay in that one, but you can still enter as a pro-am individual or even a pro-am team, I think. But for the big prize money, you want to be in the team event, but you need to enter and pay money for that, which is a bit sucky. But most of the sim racing qualifiers, you can just get in if you're good. And there's a lot of esports out there where you need to pay to enter. It's not like that at the moment in sim racing, and hopefully it continues to stay that way. I mean, there will be paid events, surely, but I don't want to see that become the only way. Oh, I've gone wide through there. these are the sort of things I want to talk about on the Talking Esports podcast again this week. I don't have a schedule for the podcast, but I've got to get everything organised to get the talking points sorted. I'll just, as long as you're following me and you've got notifications on for streams, if you see a Talking Esports stream pop up, that is what we'll be talking about. I'll be expanding on those topics a lot more. And I'll have flashy videos and pictures and statistics and whatever. And yeah, that's what that'll be about. So I really, really, really enjoy sim racing at the moment. Chevrolet left, that's a shame. Did a 159, not bad, not too bad. Do one more lap and then we'll start. See online, people run so wide out of there. So cheating too, so cheating. I mean, that's technically running wide off the truck limits. I don't know if I'll get a penalty for that. Held it together there nicely. That's 305 just ahead of us. Another purple sector for me, up through the Schumacher S's. Trying to keep it planted through there. That was on the limit. It was on the limit. They need to bring the FIA penalty like slowdown zones into lobbies as well, I think. Time I put together. Looks like 305's got me covered on this one by a fair distance. Good luck, sir. Oh, you're in the... Did you change cars to the Ferrari? I think you did. You did. Alrighty. This should be good. Concentrate. Alrighty. Exit. Wide. Nice. On the power. 305 still on my tail. Nailed the Schumacher S's there. Oh, I ruined that corner. That wasn't a good sector then. All that time I gained, I lost it. Oh, I had to be very careful on the power. 305's got me. It's on like Donkey Kong now. That was the slowest lap I've ever recorded around here. Got him under the brakes. Cut slidey, let it go. Oh, not a very good sector that time around either. That could be track limit warning. Penalty points for me through there. Right, we need to keep it together through here. This is where we got our advantage over 305. Going off the last lap. Need to make it count now. We'll make it count. Come on. That's what I wanted last lap. Down we go, flying up towards the end of the course. Ronald Barbato, welcome along and thank you for following, sir. Just managed to stay ahead of 305 there in the end. With a 158.6, that was a good lap from me. I was happy with that. Good little racing there. Just managed to get under brakes into the first turn, and it was a clean sweep. But welcome along. Welcome along. Thanks, 305. That was a good little battle there from you. I liked it. Yeah, it's just one of those tracks and cars as well. Now we'll do one more race. Where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? Where are we going to go? Let's do Laguna Seca. Do 3 laps this time. Alrighty. Going to the desert. Yeah, it's not an easy car to drive if you haven't driven it for a long time. So you did well though. You were keeping up. But yeah, you could see the confidence, especially in that Schumacher S's. I had the confidence there, obviously. But that's what I'm talking about, why I always say I always drive this car. It's because when I do get to play GT Sport, I already know this car fairly well, so That's why I'm always in it. You've obviously got qualifying down over me because I always screw up my qualifying laps. This isn't a track I've driven a lot of, so I don't know how I'm going to go here in this one. Oh, a little bit deep, way too deep. Won't be doing that again. Oh, on the brakes, on the brakes, on the brakes, on the brakes hard. We got out of it. We got out of it. And we've controlled it. Alrighty, giving chase. 305 hasn't driven it the 458 since for pre-season of the SFR GT Challenge. I almost look like I haven't driven it for that long as well. Looks like it's coming back to the Flying Dutchman. Do that corner without braking or not. Found my braking zone. Talking about. I always screw up my bloody qualifying. Oh, I would have had a really good lap. Let's try that again. On the edge. Bit slow through there, but we can deal with that. Oh, that must have been close to the edge as well. Far out. Corkscrew's awesome when you get it right. So you get this last turn right here. It's up. You can screw up everyone. I do it all the time. Come on. Look where you want to go. Look where you want to go. Oh, I feel like I can keep the speed up a little bit higher through there. I did it again that lap. can attack that corner a little bit. You have to have the car set up properly in a proper sim though. Through there. Ride height, I'd imagine, is very important. Use the camber there. This should be a good lap. This should be a really good lap. Take it. God. Let's get this race started. I'll be behind 305 this time. So 305 gets the top spot. I'll take second. Here we go. Thank you very much, Golden Fantasy. Welcome. I did enjoy that lap. Oh, squeezed into the pit lane. On the inside. Oh, I'm gonna run deep. Here we go. A little bit slow in there again. This is the corner. Oh no, I screwed that up. No! Come on, give chase. That was not an awesome line. Chase him down now. God, I gave him a massive head start. Hey Axel, what's cracking? Good to have you along, bro. Oh, I'm pushing too hard now. There he is. There he is. I can catch him. Got an extra lap. We were doing 2 lap races. Now we're doing. We just decided to change this one to 3. Tight. Just need to get my confidence up for that corner there. I can just tell it's not quite maximal speed through there. That was better. Oh, he spun at the corkscrew. We all do it. Alrighty. Still got a lap to go. I'm going to wait for it. And we're going to make this a 1 lap sprint. Here he comes. On. Let's do this. Oh my god. Fighting this goddamn wheel. I'll take it in the bag. The pressure got too much. Hell yeah. Oh, I was on the brakes a bit late. Oh, it doesn't matter. I made it. Oh, great little tussle there for the lead of the race. Enjoyed that. The sausage curve and probably destroyed the front bumper. Doesn't matter though, I'll take the win here at Laguna with a 1:26.9. I should do like a weekly. I should do like a weekly community bloody like lap time thing. And everyone has to use the Ferrari. Maybe we'll do that. Tell everyone to start putting laps down at Laguna Seca in the Ferrari. Ooh, a bit of cookie I didn't eat. Well, that was fun. That was lots of fun. I hope you do. I hope you do, Dutchy. Because we need more Ferraris in the SFR GT Challenge. Oh, hello, dog. Shy. Come here. Hello. Can you see her? Probably not. What do you want? Shy. Sit down. Sit. 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 Lie down. Alright. Well, I'm gonna nah, she didn't want to hang around. I'll end the lobby racing there for now, but that was heaps of fun. 305. Thank you so much for those races. Yeah, it's not an easy car to control at all. So yeah, get the practice in. You'll need it. Now we might just quickly jump into something else. Let's quickly go over. Let's quickly go over this GT Sport region thing. I want to do just a quick look into something. I've got a little bit of an idea why they might be doing it, and I want to share that with you here tonight before I relax a little bit more and pick up a controller, because my leg's a little bit too sore. I can't really keep doing this. But yeah, thank you for the racing 305. That was good fun. Whoa. Hang on, probably have to disconnect. I can't turn it off. I'll just unplug it. There we go. Might be able to get some pictures out of that as well. Alrighty, yeah, I want to talk about this region thing because I think it's a good talking point and something I don't know if we all read about it. Oh, I wish I could race every day, Dragon. Because yeah, I had a lot of fun too, man. Lots and lots of fun. we might be able to just load the regions up on GT Sport actually, so we'll have a look and then I'll get talking about it. And on Twitch I'll change it to just chatting, because I found on Twitch if you change a game, and actually you can go back on the VOD and pick the part where they've changed the game, which is pretty cool. So just get this to load. Hopefully this has the regions on it for us. Rafael Leandro Borba, welcome. Thank you for the like as well, man. Appreciate the support. But yeah, there's been a bit of noise lately about the regions for the qualifying. Oh, look at that. There's all the Group 4 BOP that we were talking about before. Group 4. I can't see the 458. Doesn't look like it's in there, is it? No, just the 4C. McGunn, RCZ went up in weight. Interesting. Alright, introducing February update. Nope. World Tour winners. Just now the FIA GT Championship 2020 series. This is it. It's all in here. We'll be able to talk about it. Alrighty. Give me a second, because I've been drinking so much water. Need to pee again. And on Twitch. This is the other stuff I like to do, guys. If you are new, I like to keep myself updated and all the esports news in the sim racing world. So if you are interested in the sim racing world, welcome. Hopefully I can keep you informed with some of the things going on. Where do I go? So if you're watching on Twitch, I'm just changing the category. Alright, we're going to talk about the regions. I will get everything started in just a moment. So hang around if you want to find out what's happening. And we'll do a bit of an investigation into something that I think might be the reason why. I think the FIA might be a big reason why. But we'll find out. So hang around, I'll be right back. While you're waiting though. While you're waiting, I might as well put on the podcast. This is the Lights Out F1 podcast.
Amongst us, and I've introduced Josh, and we're a bunch of mature people.
We like to think that.
If I could give you one quick side story, I was in at Houston Airport last year. I was commuting back from Mexico with my family, and I was in a queue to get through customs, and a bloke kept looking at me, and I just kept smiling. Oh, how you going? Yeah. He said, "I know you." This American guy said, I know you were from somewhere." And I went, "Yeah, I'm from Australia." And he went, "Yeah." He said, "You do F1 videos?" I said, "Yeah, I do actually." He said, I gave him a business card. I said, "It's called F1 Amateur Experts." He said, "Yeah, you're that guy from Australia. I've seen you on the videos." And I went, "Okay, I'm in Houston Airport and somebody's picked me out. Like, how weird is that?"
That is.
It's a small world.
Small world.
Yeah. So do we call you a B-grade celebrity now?
Yeah, maybe.
Mate, I've got a massive ladder.
D-lister, easy.
I got a massive ladder to climb before I get people recognising me for my podcast and Josh's podcast.
Mate, we're Z on the tier, so we've got a long way to go before we're recognised at an airport.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but as Durko said, I mean, F1 is his passion, it's his religion, and he's worked really hard at it, and it all shows, and it's an awesome group, mate.
But what do you reckon, Durko, is the actual critical ingredient that has made this work? I agree with Josh. In the past, I've been part of other forums back in the day more often, and they do get toxic, and people, really sometimes don't know what they're talking. Well, they think they know what they're talking about. But how come this one has been so successful? What do you reckon is the key ingredient here?
Good question, Zen. I think it comes down to the admin and the moderators I've got, and the members in general. Like we won't stand for any bullshit. People have discussion, have an argument, have a debate, but as soon as it goes toxic, we just say, look, hang on, guys, pull up. You've got, it's not a schoolyard. We're not fighting over the sandpit here. This is Formula One. It's our religion. It's our sport. It's what we believe in. It's what we watch. It's why we get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch Bahrain or whatever.
That's true, yeah.
And I think we're just able to just filter out the dickheads, if I could use that term, and
Exactly.
and just keep a clean sheet. And some people make things personal. I just say to the admin guys, and we've got an admin message group going, and we'll screenshot the odd conversation that's gone south, and I'll say, look, guys, just delete the whole conversation. We don't need to air dirty laundry, and that's what I think keeps us clean. But at the end of the day, we've got some experienced guys. I mean, I've got to acknowledge Mick Palmer in Sunderland, England. He's allowed me to write for him. I've written a few articles for magazines that he's been involved with. He's an ex-Jordan mechanic. Having blokes like that on board to come in from the south, just come in sideways and say, hang on, bang, when I worked for Jordan at the Spa Grand Prix this year, blah, 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 this is what we did.
It legitimises it, doesn't it? Because now those people that thought they knew everything are actually, corrected. And I think that goes a long way.
And I think, when you look at, one of the members is Alan Jones, the 1980 world champion. And when he comes into, like once a week, he might just put out of nowhere comment on a post. And I think, shit, that's AJ, the world champions, commenting in my group. And he's giving, like, first world experience opinion. Like somebody said the other day, with China being cancelled, why don't they just move it to Sepang? And AJ just came in and wrote, no thanks, it's a shit circuit.
I'll leave it there. That you can download from Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, or I will be releasing it on my YouTube at Demo on Garage very shortly, so you can finish watching it there. But now the main reason we're here today, right now anyway, giving myself a bit of a break because I got my bad leg, but there's been a bit of a debate lately about the current region system used by GT Sport. Now the main, just the short version is the EMEA region is too big and it's too hard to qualify. So we'll go over and explain what's going on and what's changed from before. So the 2020 series for this year, it was released after Sydney, and there was some murmurs immediately straight away. One of the big ones was that there were too many races for the drivers, but we did talk about that last time we were in this, and I should be able to get that up on YouTube for you too. But the next sore topic for some people was this region thing. So participating regions, there they are. You can see the EMEA region is Europe, Middle East and Africa. So let's have a count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 countries for that region. And then the next biggest is Central South America, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So basically half the size. And then North America's got the US and Canada. Asia's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then Oceania, where I am, 2. So you can see there's quite a disparity between the sizes of each region. They're not. There's nowhere are they anywhere near equal. Now, this is a new system. There used to be only 3. I can't remember what the old 3 regions were. So we'll have a quick look for that. But yeah, this was not something I was sort of aware of until this year. Because I remember, if you have a look, now let's have a look here. I'll show you, I'll bump you over to the computer side of things. Turn that off. This, you might remember, happened back in 2018. So that's where it's dated. They actually separated matchmaking into 5 regions. Because the reason they said was for better online experience and racing for players who are geographically located in very distant places. We will be changing the matchmaking regions from the current 3 regions, Europe, Middle East, Africa, North Centrals and South Americas, and Asia Oceania. So they were the old 3, I'm guessing, and this is what they went to: EMEA, North America, Central, South America, Asia and Oceania. Exactly what we've got now, or 2 years later, for this 2020 thing. And that was, I think that was originally just for daily races and the FIA. It will be possible to join the same race multiple times in each round at FIA. When joining the same race, players will receive points only for the race where they attain the highest results. These will be tested from the daily races beginning Wednesday, 5th of December, and plan to be fully implemented from the start of the exhibition season 4 on the Wednesday 19th. So yeah, it was just for daily races. And it's really interesting to see that this didn't work. Big reason was us here in Oceania. We would get on, there was no one to play against. Obviously the rest of these regions are big enough that they can support themselves, but we had no one playing. You would get on daily races at a decent time, there'd be 2 or 3 people in the lobby. It was really bad. So they flipped it back. And we really didn't hear anything about it for a long, long time. And then Sydney World Tour came up, and this happened. We got the changes, and we got the complaints. Now, if we hit Twitter up, I was talking to one of the world finalists on Twitter, and I asked him, what's the problem? So what actually started the thread was this initial post. I've seen a few people post it out, but it basically went, I can't believe the current EMEA manufacturers leader, Jim Bracer, wouldn't qualify for a world tour under the current system. This is ludicrous. Something must be done. And it showed that there he is, the Williams driver leading the manufacturers, and this is how it went. So he's an EMEA, he's got 95.5 points, but because Oceania, Asia and Central and South America have more points, he would fail to qualify. Now everyone says he's the fastest Honda driver or whatever, and as you can see for Honda, there were faster people apparently, or people with more points than Bracer here. So this sort of got things going. People on Twitter started posting out with this clip and tagging Gran Turismo, and I sort of asked him. I said, "Well, how do we? What's the problem? Like, how do we fix this?" So he even posted and retweeted and saying, "This is the proof of how hard the EMEA region currently is in the FIA Championships. It will be worse once the official season starts, with the majority of players coming back racing. Getting good results such as other countries is becoming a worthless challenge." So I said, to clarify, you wouldn't qualify in this instance because you are not amongst the 3 highest? And he says yes. And then Maurice chimed in saying, why even attempt to qualify? I thought that's a very, I don't know, I don't like that attitude. I understand that the challenge is there, and it seems sort of pointless to enter into this, especially if you feel like you're the fastest and you're not going to qualify because the region is holding you back. But yeah, that sort of attitude I really can't really get behind. So anyway, he did reply. He said only top 3 regions qualify with most points. And I said, so is there a solution you'd like to see implemented, or is it just due to the size of the region? Marie said it was due to the region, and I get that it's the region he's in, but Jim Bracer said maybe going back to 3 regions. And I get the impression no one's really sort of looked for a solution to this. They don't like what's happening. So instead of EMEA, it'll be EMEA, North and South America, and Asia Oceania. This would equalize the competition in these 3 blocks. Yeah, and this is something I've thought about and looked at and thought, you know, because it means there was a guy in Oceania. If we have a look at the point system, so there was a guy from Asia and a guy from Oceania. So if they were put back together, there would only be 1 driver. And then Central and South America back with EMEA, he still wouldn't be the highest driver in his region. And then there'd be North America. So in that instance, you'd get a North American driver, a Central and South American driver, and a driver from Asia. He still wouldn't qualify. It might change the way the points are sort of equalized, but that's the way I see it. So I'm not sure that going back to 3 would actually change much at all. I just don't get. I get that it's easy. I get that it's sort of taking away. I can see what they're getting at. They're going, look, Oceania is too small. We've lost a spot now, because if they were together, I would qualify. But if Central and South America and Europe, and if we go back to all 3 like it used to be, and we go off Central and South America having a 102, he still wouldn't qualify. Yeah, the site, but is that's what I can't. I'm struggling to grasp. I get that it's big. I understand that it's really big. But I'm trying. No one's really explained to me why the size is the problem. Is it like what about why is being a bigger region a disadvantage over being a smaller region? Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is it's easier to qualify in Oceania. But I still don't make the connection. Because if we go back to 3, he's still not the fastest. So he still isn't going, in this instant, he still isn't going to go. That's what I'm trying. I don't understand the region. Obviously there's more, the more drivers, you're right. But then if there were more drivers, wouldn't the points system make it, but yeah, that's the other thing. Like, I'll try and draw it out. I'm struggling to grasp how, like, for me, it doesn't change much. I know EMEA is big, but I still can't see why. So I'll bring up trusty old paint. Give me a second. I didn't do that right, did I? What the hell is going on? There it is. Alrighty, let's I'll try and explain what I mean. I'm sure you understand it, and this is probably not going to be something I'm going to get very quickly, but let's have a look. So Dragon says if go back to 3, the North have the same point if they have now, because then they need to race against him. Oh yeah, okay, I forgot that point of it. All right, I understand. Yeah, I get what you're saying. All right. Here in Europe, there are more faster drivers maybe than in other regions, and that makes a difference. I know it's easier for me to get wins in the USA region than in the... Okay. All right. That's a good point. Thank you for explaining that, because that makes more sense to me now. That was sort of something I wasn't getting at, but I will go over this again for those at home, and we'll get to the bottom of it. So here is my paint. All right, so in the old system, let's visually get it out there for people. In the old system, you have these two together, and you have these two together, and then you have North America. So that's the old system. But what happens is when you separate them, you lose all the drivers racing against the European drivers, and if he's faster, the argument would be they wouldn't have those points in the first place, which makes sense. But let's just forget that for an instance. I know that's hard to do, but we'll forget that. What I was saying was, in the new system, he's still the slowest. So there's the slowest there, and there's the slowest there. And if we go back to 3, as you can see, you would pick, it would be, I'll get a different color. In the old system, it would be an Asian driver. If we're going off like the points like this, it would then be Asian, Oceania were together. Well, then he would join. Well, no, because then it would be 102, and then it would be North America. So in that instance, you get one region that technically, by points, had a slower racer. But you then argue the 102 wouldn't exist for a Central and South American driver, because they would be going up against the faster European guys, and technically it'd probably be this 95 that wins. Makes sense. Makes sense. It's a hard one, and there's a reason I think it might be happening, because I have a feeling that the FIA actually cut their things up in similar regions. So let's have a look. Looks like there's 4 regions for the FIA. Here we go. I just saw something before. Mobility clubs in 4 regions. Okay. This is not exactly what I was looking for, but it sort of gets to the point. Europe, Middle East and Africa. Region 1. Region 2, Asia and Oceania. Region 3, North America. Region 4, South and Central America. So you can see they've got a similar system, and I have a feeling that because it's an FIA sanctioned event, the FIA have gone in and said, we want to test a new region. They want to test splitting Europe, Middle East and Africa, like they've done, to Central and South America and Europe, Middle and East Africa in the real FIA. And they're going, so we want to test what that does to the competition, what sort of problems arise from it, are there any solutions to that problem. And Gran Turismo, because it's got such a big user base, and they can test these things in a real world application without affecting essentially, real world racing, because that would cost a lot of money, where in GT Sportland it's just a patch away or a software update. These things, it wouldn't cost as much money as it would to sort of change the way it works in the real world. So, yeah, I have a feeling FIA's got a bit of a sort of stranglehold on Gran Turismo here. I don't know if it was all they're doing. And I think they might have like I said earlier, where they were testing it with the daily races, they might have been trying to test it there, but it just didn't work because it meant here in Australia we got no races and it was bad for the game. So they reversed it and now they're testing it in the FIA. That's how I see this. I'm just trying to find FIA regions. Trying to find something that shows us how they do their licensing or something. No, that's not what we want. So yeah, that's what I was looking at. So I was trying to research something to do with the regions in FIA. What's going on there? No, I've seen that. Saw that program last week. It's a really hard problem that they are gonna, like, I don't know what the fix is to this. Yeah, I have a feeling those were the regions for the FIA as well. FIA regions 1 and 2. Here we go. So yeah, I'm just having a guess at that. They've got Region 1, Europe, Middle East. Region 2, Asia, Oceania. Region 3, North. I think that's what's happening. I think the FIA have come in and said, we want to change it up. Now, I understand the issues. Thank you again, Dragon, for explaining that one a little bit better to me. I mean, it is a big region, so it is going to be hard, but I think the problem is if you then start to split the regions up, if you had like 10 regions, like if you split the European region up a little bit, you're either going to have just all European drivers taking the manufacturer slots because only the 3 best go, and so regions like Asia, Australia, Africa, those we're never going to get represented. Obviously we got the Nations Cup, but I would argue that the FIA at the same time would probably be going for diversity as well. I don't think it'd be a good look if it was just all Europeans at the GT World Finals, because that's what makes it so cool. There's people from all over the world, you know, participating. So it's a hard one. It's a very, very hard one. Someone will miss out, and it will be probably someone from Europe, possibly, now, because there's 5 instead of 3. And it also means, though, qualifying in Oceania is a lot easier, because we're with Asia, and Asia are really good. So it means smaller countries like us, because compared to the rest of the world, we're tiny. We'll get a little bit more recognition, but it also means at the same time somewhere like Asia and Europe they might actually miss out. So yeah, it's a tough one. Lots of races though, lots of stages. I'm sure we might. I don't know if we'll see changes too much to this during, because this is pretty much set in stone. But I wouldn't take it away from them if something happens that they change it. But I think for those out there that, especially at the top level, that are complaining about it, I don't think we're going to see any changes this year. Dragon saying they need to look at the time zone and make region off of that. Yeah, that would that would be interesting. So if we went off time zone regions, let's have a look. So here's a timeanddate.com giving us times. So how many time zones do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25 regions, 25 time zones. So you could probably, well, there. You know what's easier? You know what's really easy to split those regions up into? 5 different time zone regions. So 1, 2, 3. You'd probably go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Depends where do you start it at UTC. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you split countries. But I don't even know if time zones would work. It could, because then. But then, do you allow someone from the west side of Australia qualify and the east side doesn't? Because if you sort of split them up, I don't know. That's interesting. You're saying maybe they can do what I did, more regions, but then the top 3 of every region need to do different seasons to make how they are the top. Or, I mean, yeah, it gets very difficult. I'm sure there's lots of different solutions. I don't know what the perfect one is. I haven't really thought about it. So, it could just be that, or what could be a solution to this is, so we've got 5 regions. That means we'll have 5 fastest drivers per manufacturer. So we'll get the 5 fastest. You could either go, so you got 5 of the fastest, and then the 5 of the second fastest from each region. So you have, and then you go 1, 2, how many? So you go, you do a 15 car race. Each region has 3 drivers, their top 3, and then you can do like over, I don't know, you can do 1 or 2 events, and the top 3 drivers, but only a region can't be entered twice. So if, say, Europe gets, after the 2, say, playoff events, you have 1 and 2 is Europe and 3 is Asia. The guy who came second in Europe can't qualify. So 1 Europe, 3rd Asia, and whoever came 4th, let's say it was someone from North America, they qualify. That'd be sort of my sort of solution to it, just thinking off the top of my head. Don't know, but it's a hard one, and I think the FIA have had a say in this, so that's just the way it's going to be, I think. But if anyone does have any solutions or any ideas, I'd love to hear them. You can tweet them to me, send a message to me on Discord or on Facebook as well, wherever you're watching from. All the links to that should be in the video description. And yeah, this is a tough one for GT Sport, and we'll just have to wait and see how the next season unfolds. What happens? I don't know. It's going to be tough for Europe, but they're just going to have to dig in there and do their best at the moment, because I don't think this is changing anytime soon. Alright. Well, that will end everything today. So, thank you, Dragon, for being here. It's been good to get your feedback on this. It is, I couldn't get my head around that European problem there, but we finally did. So it's good to do that. But when is our next event? I think we don't have anything on Friday coming up. Let's have a look. stream calendar. If you go to demogarage.com, you can do this too. Saturday, we've actually got a Project Cars sprint round on Saturday. That's at 6:30 p.m. GMT plus 10. And Sunday, a GT Sport race in the wet at Spa. So they're the next two events coming up this week. Looking forward to it. And then on Monday, SFR GT Elite Division. So can't wait to see what happens there. But thanks again, everyone. Thanks everyone that's hit like tonight. The last 5 were Raphael, Axel, Ronald, Captain Chrissy, and Jose Pinto. Thank you very much for getting involved. It's been a lot of fun. GT Sport had a pretty good night. And again, thanks to Dutchy. Had some really good races with you, buddy. It was a lot of fun. But it's getting late. I'm going to call it quits. And don't forget, Lights at F1 podcast. I'll post it on YouTube as soon as I'm done here. So good night, and have a wonderful rest of your week. And look after yourselves. Bye-bye.